Welcome to this series of videos on the Bayesian Population PK Expo. In these videos, I will walk through this expo, including our workflow and tools for Bayesian analysis in NONMEM for PopPK models. Our expos are in-depth introductions to our tools and workflows that we use in day-to-day analyses, and we have expos on several topics. These expos are web pages with descriptive introductions to various workflow topics with links to sample code and GitHub repositories that you can download and repurpose for your own analyses. In this series, I'm going to be talking about the NONMEM Bayes Expo. As with any type of modeling, but even more so for Bayesian modeling, we just go to that expo. Even more so for Bayesian modeling, careful consideration must be given to model setup and interpretation of any output. Now, those topics are out of scope for these videos and also for this expo, but we refer you to this tutorial paper in CPT-PSP on doing Bayesian estimation in NONMEM for some more in-depth discussion on these topics. So in this video, I'll start with a general overview of the expo and an introduction to some of the tools that we use. And in subsequent videos, we will cover the model management page, Markov chain Monte Carlo diagnostics, goodness of fit diagnostics, and then finally, forest plots, VPCs, and parameter tables. So as I said, in today's video, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of what is in this expo and also talk through some of the tools that we use in these analyses. As I mentioned, the expo itself gives an introduction to our analysis workflow. And here's a diagram illustrating what a typical NONMEM Bayes workflow might look like using our bbr.bayes tooling. Our model management walkthrough will talk about how to create models, including converting them from previous non-Bayesian analyses or creating them from scratch. We'll also talk about how to run models and then process the output by generating diagnostics, including the MCMC diagnostics, as well as some more typical model diagnostics. We then use those to iterate on the model and then finally land on a final model. To run these diagnostics, we use parameterized R Markdown documents that we use to reproducibly generate diagnostics for a series of models with relatively little effort. And then finally, in this expo, we look at how to apply some of these final fitted models, including generating forest plots and VPCs, and then how to summarize the model fits in parameter tables. The tools we'll use in this expo include some packages and other tools that Metrum Research Group has developed, as well as MPN, the MetrumRG package network. This is an R package repository specific to our day-to-day pharmacometrics work and is freely available and accessible to all. To install and manage these packages, we use a tool called Packager. We use bbr to do all of our model management, not just for Bayesian analyses, but for other analyses in NONMEM and STAN. It's used to submit models, consume model output and diagnostics, and iterate through models during development. bbr is like the glue that binds our workflow together. With this package, models exist as part of a larger analysis rather than standing alone. There's also a package which is a more recent extension to bbr called bbr.bayes, which, as the name suggests, is used specifically for Bayesian analyses. This was initially developed for STAN models, but now has functionality available for NONMEM Bayes models. And that's what we're looking at in this expo. We use MeRGE solve to generate simulations for simulation-based diagnostics, VPCs, and so on. We generate forest plots using our PM forest package. All sorts of diagnostics plots are generated using the PM plots package. And we generate nicely formatted LaTeX tables using the PM tables package. We use YSpec for data specification, wrangling, and documentation. In addition to these MetrumRG tools, there are a number of R packages that we use from the larger Bayesian modeling community We use the posterior package for working from output from these models. TidyBayes is used for integrating Bayesian modeling with the tidyverse packages. We do a lot of graphical diagnostics with the Bayes plot package, and we also use the LU package to complete the leave one out information criterion. In the next video, I'll walk through how we use bbr.bayes and other tools for model management, including how to create and submit models and then iterate on those models during a typical model development workflow.